Hey everybody, this is Timbioto coming at you with another Transformers video review. This time I have San Diego Comic-Con 2013 exclusive Metroplex. I want to give a big thanks to my friend Jeremy for picking this up at the con for me. Alright, and as you can see on the front of the box we have a giant picture of Metroplex along with some of his Autobots. We've got, looks like Optimus, Prowl, Bumblebee, and that looks like Sideswipe. Alright, and go ahead and take a look at the top of the box. The top of the box, you got the Thrilling, we have the Thrilling 30 logo, along with a San Diego Comic-Con International 2013 sticker. On the side we have, some Autobot logos. And that's part of, you could take it apart to get the figure out, kind of thing. And then on this side, it's the same picture as the reverse, except this side it doesn't have the warning logo, and it also has a Comic-Con sticker logo right here. Then on the side right here, we have a big old Transformers logo right here. And then taking a look at the bottom of the box, we have the one of 30 collect 'em all logo, or the one of 30 sticker on the bottom, with the includes Metroplex figure, Scamper figure, 2 blasters, 2 projectiles, 12 non-converting minifigures. And then also we have the Metroplex bio right here. I'm not sure if you can actually read that. Let me see if I can. Alright, and it's got the Metroplex bio, and then it has a little thing about the illustrators. Alright, let's go ahead and turn it around, get it ready for the big reveal. Alright, the best way to do this is just to lift off this cover right here. Lift that part up like that. And there you have the large window with Metroplex. As you can see on the bottom, has his name, big bold red letters, and a bunch of Autobot symbols, and man, this thing is huge. You can't really see it, but inside here, kind of tucked in here, underneath here are all the little minifigures that come in there. First time I got that open, or first time I opened it, I was having a really hard time trying to find those, and they're just kind of hidden in there. So you got to kind of take a lot of the box apart. You got to undo some of these stickers up here, pull these panels back, and then reach in to actually pull those guys out. But as you can see, he has his chromed face with the and the chrome thigh pieces, and he does come with 2 of his red blasters instead of just the 1. Then also in the back of the box they have his instructions, and his instructions do have the San Diego Comic-Con kind of exclusive logo on there. And then opening that up, you can see his sticker sheet, and this is the chromed sticker sheet that comes with this guy. And it does also come with his instructions for applying those stickers. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the box and we'll check them out. Alright, and here we have Metroplex out of the box and in his city base mode. And as you can see, he does come with a legend size Scamper. I'll just go ahead and show how to transform him real quick. Just take this portion right here, these arms that are on the side, which make these 2 wheels right here. I'm going to pull those apart, and those just tab. He's just going to hold on to those. He holds on to these little tabs whenever he's in his robot mode. So pull that apart, and then take and rotate up these legs at this ball joint right here. So then when you do that, you're going to extend his hips out like that. Then take the hood of the car, rotate it around, and then you can lock that into place, and then that, whenever you lock the hood into place, it tabs into a little notch right here on his abdomen, so it keeps it from moving. And then just go ahead and rotate his arms like that, so that his hands are faced up. You can take the gun, you can detach it from right here, and then he can hold it in his hand, either hand, doesn't really matter. And then it also comes with a tab like that, so, I don't know, but just leave it like that. He also comes with his extra gun, just no place for it in any other mode except for him to hold it in his robot mode. So just go ahead and put that off to the side. And then it also comes with 12 minifigures, but really it's not 12, it's actually 6 minifigures, with one version of it in its robot mode and then one version of it in its vehicle mode. So showing off these vehicle modes, you get the Autobots are in red and then the Decepticons are in purple. So you get this Bumblebee, you get an Optimus Prime, and then that's a Trailblazer right there. And then you get a, I think that's Hook. Then starting to show them in their robot modes, you have Bumblebee right there, and then Optimus Prime. Then you have Trailblazer and Hook. Then going over to the Decepticons, you have, that's Megatron, and then you can have this be any of the 3 Seekers, any of the 3 main Seekers, but I think because of the new toys, I think this is actually going to be, it's supposed to be Thundercracker. So you got Thundercracker right there in his jet mode, and then in his robot mode. And then here's Megatron in his robot mode. So I'm sorry it's kind of dark, I'm kind of pulled away, but to get more detailed I have to pull closer to the camera, which actually puts it out of my light. So but you can use those to kind of play around with the scale on it, or to have some little figures if you don't have any of the Legends figures, which I don't have, so they just add those. Those are added to this set, and they are exclusive to the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. They do come in Asian exclusive set, but they're, I think, gold and silver. I don't know. Maybe I can convince my friend Jeremy to paint them for me. I know that he's really good at painting miniatures. Maybe I can convince him to paint them for me. Go ahead and showing off his base mode. When I had him originally in the box, he didn't have any of the stickers on. Then I went ahead and stuck all of his stickers on. Oh my god, it's a pain. It takes a very long time. I don't know actually how long I spent on actually applying stickers. I know that I actually took a couple of breaks. I know some of my first stickers, I had some really, really small stickers, the stickers that are on his head. One of them I actually was trying to get into place and it flicked off and I lost it in the carpet. And I spent probably a good 30-45 minutes trying to find that one little sticker because there's not any extra stickers in case you lose any. I just happened to luck upon finding it because it was shiny, and I kind of actually gave up, and I saw it kind of shimmering in the carpet from my lights, so I got lucky and found it and then put it on because I was gonna just try to cut out some extra, just try to make an extra sticker out of some of the runoff of the printing or whatever, the color of the printing. Luckily I didn't have to do that. Luckily I found it. I guess moving on, I did stop for a supper break, and then I actually stopped and watched some TV, and then started back up on it again. So actually started back up on it again. I guess maybe in all it took over 2 hours of just putting stickers on. Like I said, I'm not really sure. I didn't time myself, and I didn't continuously just sit there and apply the stickers over that amount of time that I spent. Alright, and for base mode, he has a couple little play options for him. Metroplex's head does become a gun turret, and it can turn and all that fun stuff. Then you can actually take Scamper, and he can actually stand up here. It has a couple of little handholds where you can hold on to it and, you know, kind of have him controlling the gun. And then there's also another gun turret right here on the hand where you can have him in, and then he can also has those little handles on there. Then there's some little bays where they can roll up in there with, you know, you got the roads, and there's some signs in Cybertronian. I have no idea what it says. I don't read Cybertronian. So to go ahead and transform him into his, I guess, carrier mode, I'm going to take and flip these down, and then flip this panel over, and push in this right here, and take this arm, rotate it back this way, rotate that up, take and rotate it like that. And this thing will actually extend like that. And we're going to slide back this gun right here, flip it back into his arm, rotate that like that, rotate his hand back this way, and go like so, extend that weapon, and I'll just kind of shove that into there so it's not flopping around or anything. Close up these legs. Oops, I forgot that there's a little panel right here. Flip those up. And close these legs up and make sure that they line up correctly. I have problems with this guy with this leg right here. Sometimes. There you go. Then go ahead and do that on the other side. This side, normally I can get that. See, it's so easy on that side. I have no idea why it doesn't. But next thing you want to do is now fold this up, like so, tabs into this part. And the same thing on this side. I'm going to tab into like a plastic gate on here. It becomes the bottom of this foot, but it also becomes like a ramp leading into this in base mode. Then you're going to tab these two legs together. There are two little tabs that will tab those together and hold them together. And we'll take and tab these little parts into the bottom of this part right here. I can already see some of these stickers are starting to peel off. It's awesome. Just put them on and they're already starting to peel off. Alright, and we'll go ahead and lift this guy up and rotate it at the thigh right here. And then go ahead and rotate that upper body all the way around. Extend that ramp out. And then he has a little crane looking thing right here that opens and closes. So keep your hand does that, and then go ahead and push this gun down. It does have a firing projectile, and you just push it right here. It just has a little gray projectile. Alright, and it has, you know, some of the same features. This one does have a another flip out turret right here. So you have two turrets. You have the one up here, that's the head, and then the one right here. So you're take your little scamper guy again, and I'm sitting in the chair shooting at some Decepticons. That's him in his carrier mode. I kind of wish that, like the G1, there would have been some spot where you could take his guns and mount them onto the deck, but I haven't figured it out. But like I said, there's still no place for this gun right here. Just that one spot to tab this one gun into the back. There's no spot on the back of this one on this side right here. So it's not even like you can. It's not like you can even, tab it on the back of there and have two guns sticking over his shoulders. There's no spot to tab that into. So alright, let's go ahead and transform him into his robot mode. I'm pretty sure that that's what everybody wants to see him in. So go ahead and push these back in. Flip this. Flip that down. And go ahead and pull this gun off and set that off to the side. Then what we're going to do is take these panels, flip them up. There are two little holes and two notches, and then a little kind of hook kind of tab thing. You take and kind of put it onto there. It doesn't hold it very well. They do flop around and they do come undone. But let's split these apart. See, like this one tabs in fairly well. The other one doesn't. So, flip these forward to make the shims. And split apart those legs. And we're going to take and then rotate it at the hip right here, not at the knees, which he likes to do. See that? Trying to flip open. See? I hate when it does that. So, with that like that so far, then we need to do is take these thighs. They're gonna slide over. So you just slide that over like that, and then slide that over like that. Make sure these are plugged in nice and tight as I can get them. And plug that in. And take this up. And then we're just going to rotate these hands down. I already rotated the one. And then take this hand right here, twist it around. Hand, twist it around. The thumb, you can kind of, do what you want to with it. But the head, rotate that up. He does have a visor in there, and most of the time on mine, it likes to stay down. You can push it up, it'll just fall right back down. See, I can't figure out how to keep it to stay up there. I don't know if it's just not tight enough on mine or something, but I guess I'll just leave it like that. I don't really mind the visor, so. With the guns, what you want to do is take this little part right here, and you're going to rotate that down. Rotate that down like that, and makes a handle, and then there is this portion that sticks out right here, and that's actually going to tap into his hand, on the inside of his hand. twist it right there. Maybe you can kind of see it right here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's where this part of his hand is going to tab in. There is a lot of articulation on the hand. The thumb does go forward and to about there, and then each finger is articulated. Each finger is individually articulated at this first knuckle. So, but straighten out the fingers, put them in like that, and then tab it into his hand. You can curl those other fingers around. You can do that with the other gun. There, straighten out these fingers. And tab that in, and just curl the fingers around the gun. There it goes. Now you can either use these guns, or you can also use these small black guns. I know that a lot of people that get the regular version like to have this gun up here, and then he can hold, and you can have like two guns in his hands. In the packaging, he comes just like the gun comes folded up like this, and this part right here is actually tabbed into here, and that'll work fine. But you can also flick this down as a handle, and these parts will tab into that little part on his fist, just like the large red guns do. But I just go ahead and I leave them up on his shoulders, since that's the best way for him to hold all four weapons, since you can't actually get both cannons going over his shoulders. So just have him holding the two red guns and have these two on his shoulders. Then he does have lights and sound. There's a panel in the back where you just unscrew and put in two AA batteries, and then the button is actually this cockpit right here that actually has Bumblebee, I think Optimus Prime, and like RC over here, and I can't tell who this. Oh, that's Ultra Magnus right here, right next to Optimus Prime. But you press this right here, and he has some lots of lights and sounds. He has a lot of sayings, and he has a lot of sound effects. So I'll just go ahead and push it a couple times, or push it a few times, just so you can hear some of what he actually says.
Target synchronizing initiated. Target obliterated. These Decepticons scatter like cowards. Till all are one. Metroplex heeds the call of the last prime.
I think that's a full rotation of all the sound effects and all the phrases that he has from the. I guess they're from the actual game. I haven't played the second one yet. I played the very first one. I know it's really bad. I haven't played the second one yet, but it's up on my to-do list. But I just assume that those phrases and all those sound effects are from the game, since he's actually supposed to be the Fall of Cybertron or War of Cybertron Metroplex. But he does have like a little added feature. Behind his neck is this red little bar right here, and you can move it side to side. And when you have some of his sound effects or his sayings going, his eyes actually light up.
Foolish Decepticons.
And yeah, I don't know if you can actually see that from there, but whenever you push this, whenever you move these side to sides, it actually moves the pupils in his eyes to like left and right. since you can't actually see it in this, I'm not going to worry about putting it in the review. I know in some of the other reviews, or at least one other review that I've seen, they actually showed it off. I'll just go ahead and tell you about it, and then hopefully you get this guy and you can play around. As for his articulation, he does have your common kind of articulation that we're already accustomed to. So he has this on his shoulder right here. You can go out this way also. So he has two joints, one right here and then one up on the top of the shoulder. Then he has an elbow joint, and then he has a swivel right above it. Then, like I said, his hands are very articulated. They can turn. They are individually jointed at this first knuckle, and then his thumb can go in and out. His head rotates. He can't look up and down. That's alright. He has a waist swivel. Then he has two joints in his hips. One so that you can move the leg forward like that and back, and then one in here so that you can move it out to the side. Like that, and we'll just... fired the missile. You have to be very careful about that. These are very small missiles, and they are easy to lose if you happen to fire it. But mine don't seem to shoot out very far, so I've done plenty of accidental misfires and haven't shot it across the room or anything like that. So, but then he also has his knee, and he doesn't have any kind of foot articulation, but there is a cut right here, a swivel, a thigh swivel, so you can twist it like that. And then for articulation with Scamper, he does have a ball joint at his head, which will allow you to turn his head. It's really small, and I don't have a lot of light coming up close. But he has a ball joint right here at his shoulder, so you can get forward, back, then out movement. He has a ball jointed elbow, so you can get all that. Ball jointed hips, you can go out, forward, back. Then ball jointed knees, so you can swivel it, do all that kind of stuff. So even though this guy is pretty small, he does have a large range of motion. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude my review of the San Diego Comic-Con 2013 exclusive Metroplex. This has been Tambioda, and I'll see you next time.